Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti and this is episode 16 of the Season 2 Battleship Brawl Tournament. In this episode we've got the His Broken Sword by Crushed Ember facing off against the Pravda Fleet by Magma 8520. Hold on, let me get a... There we go. This is a secondary bracket match. Both of these ships have already been defeated once, so if they lose here, they are done. They will be eliminated from the tournament. So let's get round one underway and see who gets to move on and whose dreams of winning this are done. The His Broken Sword has some heavy broadside capabilities, but it's not turning to go broadside. It's moving in on its opponent still, and the Pravda's already fired 2 volleys. First volley's connected somewhat. But, that first volley kind of missed due to the wiggling, but the second one, that one hit pretty good. But the Broken Sword got off a volley and it missed. And it looks like the Pravdas are going to collide yet again because From the Depths Naval AI. Let's see if there's any friendly fire this time. Pravdas need to lay off the vodka. Oh, yep, there it is. There's the friendly fire. Oh, geez, that's quite the volley of shells there from the Broken Sword. Oh, just missed though. And you can see the outer bits of the Broken Sword have just been kind of shredded by the volleys of high explosive shells. Oh, it is badly hurt. It's down to 62%. And it just lost pretty much all of the guns on this side from that volley. Oof. Oh, the rear guns got a shot in, but they landed a shot. One hit there. Looks like it took out a gun. But the Broken Sword is AI dead at this point and will be despawning. And there it goes. Alright, let's get this reset. We will get round 2 underway. The Pravdas are looking strong in this matchup. They are looking quite strong. But we will see. We will see. You never know what's going to happen. Something crazy could happen this time. Or maybe something crazy happened last time and I just didn't realize it. But anyway, round 2 start. We will see what happens. But the Broken Sword's going to need to step up its game if it wants to stay in this tournament. Oh, and that first volley is even more successful than the initial volley in round 1. But it looks like it may dodge much of the second volley with that turn. Well, from one of the Pravdas anyway. The other one still landed a pretty square shot. Oh yeah, it's by the time it gets its broadside guns in play, most of them have already been destroyed. And those shells fell short, unable to land. This time the Pravdas are actually staying apart somewhat, which is only going to make this more difficult for the Broken Sword. It's down to 74% already. It's getting hammered by that volley after volley of high explosive fire, and there's still managed to be friendly fire on the Pravdas, it looks like. It was just self-inflicted friendly fire. That or the Broken Sword got a shell off that I didn't see. Yep, and there it is, AI dead. That is it. Unfortunately, Crushed Ember, your broken sword was not able to make the cut and has been eliminated from the Battleship Brawl tournament. My condolences. Congratulations, Magma. Your Pravda fleet gets to move on to round 2 of the secondary bracket and isn't out yet. It's not done. It'll be back. Alright, that was super quick, so I'll go ahead and get this reset and do a second battle. Alright, and we're back. So for this battle, we've got the Cramp and My Weenus by the Jimmer going up against the Battleship Cram Duo by Bouquet 1010. Okay, we'll go ahead and get these battles underway. Maybe if I push the right button. There we go. Okay. And we're good. Be interesting to see how the Cramp and My Weenus does against ships that are a bit similar in design in that they're small and dodgy. Well, it just shot itself. Fail-safes are anything but. Ooh, the Cramp is taking some hits there. Got some holes, and it shot itself again. Ooh, but it landed a good shot in one of the... It looked like it landed in one of the guns. Yep, it knocked off the rear guns on the Cram Duo there. And the Cramp is doing some bobbing and weaving and managing to dodge short-range cram fire. It's not often you see that. Didn't dodge that one, though. It ate that shot. Now it switched targets. The other duo is moving in on it. That one looked like it went right through the gun. It must have gone through the superstructure beneath the gun, or maybe in those shoulders. Oh, and we have a collision. If the Cramp can push around the Davros class, it can sure as hell push around one of these duos. Oh, geez, that's doing a lot of damage to both craft there. Getting some heavy FPS lag, though. Please don't crash the game. Please don't crash the game. Come on, separate. And I think we're good. Okay, good. Let's get a damage report. We've got the Cram Duo at 96 and 94%, the Cramp at 92%. But its turrets have taken a lot of damage. Oh, now it's kind of dipping down in the water there a little bit. Oh, took a shot to the turret face there, which has... The barrel is damaged, and that barrel armor is making it a little difficult for the short barrel to fire properly. We're getting kind of far away here, but still within range. Let's go check out how the Cramps are doing. This one seems to be riding a little oddly in the water. I think this is the one that got ground on when by the Cramp. And this is the one that it was fighting initially. It's almost repaired those guns back here that got taken out. Cramp is proving a difficult target to hit, but I think it just took some damage straight in the propellers. Yeah, it lost half of its propeller bank from that. That's going to make it a lot slower and a lot easier to hit. Though the duo's at a pretty significant range, so won't be that difficult to hit. The Cramp is riding pretty low in the water, But I think it's going to be a difficult thing to sink because it's got so much alloy on it. But it does have heavy armor triangles in there as an armoring component. But the shells from the Cram Duo are blowing holes in the alloy without any issue, really. Not getting through the heavy armor triangles underneath, but the alloy is not holding up very well to their fire. We're just about at the halfway point for this match, and ooh, are they about to collide? No, they're not. They're not going to collide. Looks like they got close, but not quite. Oh, and the Cramp managed to get a shot off. That was the first shot it's gotten off in a while, I think, at least. But it did not hit. That one did manage to hit, or at least detonate, but it does not look like it did much of anything. Get a damage report. Cram Duo is at 90 and 84%. The Venus turrets are down to 57, 63, and 84%. The hull itself, 83%. If that one turret that's oh, the front turret is down to 51%, that is 2 damaged and going to despawn. And there it goes. And that is a big blow for the Cramp and Venus. Oh, but that's getting some distance out there. Not out of range yet, but it's getting pretty far. And this is a situation where the chasing caveat actually wouldn't apply to even a multi-ship entry, because we know that the Cram Duo can keep up because they're pretty much identical ships, and this one over here is doing just fine. So if that one is not doing it, that means there's battle damage preventing it from sailing properly. As we can see, it is not exactly sailing as a ship should right now. But it's still in range, but if it were to get out of range in this situation, it would fall more into the battle damage caveat than the chasing caveat. But it does look like the Cramp and Venus is not going to be able to win this one. Oh, that was a big explosion. Oh, it just hollowed out that turret. It is likely going to despawn. Yes, indeed. The Cramp and Venus is down to a single gun, and that gun is pretty badly damaged as it is. And even if that duo does end up going out of range and getting disqualified, it still will lose by hit points at this point, because it's also at 50% maximum for losing 2 of its 4 vehicles. And the repair bots can't fix dead. They can't bring those turrets back. Ooh, it seems like the Cramp has lost engine power. And it is getting hammered on now. We're down to the last minute and 20 seconds in this battle. Now that both vessels are close and it is stopped, it is just getting constantly wailed on. And is quickly losing health. And there we go. That is going to be it. It is going to despawn. I think it may have actually been despawning from 80% and sinking. And that's why the health was going down so quickly and consistently like that. But yeah, that is it. The Cramp in My Weenus has been defeated in round 1 of this match. We'll get it reset and see what happens in round 2. I accidentally hit the Windows key there. If anybody's surprised by my Rainbow Dash start menu there, well, you didn't read my YouTube name very hard, did you? Who am I putting? Battleship Cramdo. Okay. Alright, contestants are set, timers reset, round 2, start. We'll see how this battle goes. Maybe the Cramp can avoid shooting itself this time, but with it sailing straight at its opponent, it's probably going to end up shooting itself. Yep, there it is. I think it's meant to turn broadside. Because then it wouldn't have any issues with shooting itself, but it's having that issue with the naval AI where it just charges straight forward for some reason. And then the fail-safes are kind of meh at their job. Yeah, so far I think the Cramp in My Weenus has done more damage to itself than its opponents have. They're having a bit of trouble hitting it with how fast and agile it is. The Cramp is in much better condition this time than it was last time at this point in the fight. But, oh, that was a nice dodge by the Cramp. It almost took some shots straight to the propellers, and that would be very bad for it. Taking a few hits there. The duo's landing some shots. Oh, one of those duos is kind of rearing up in the water again. Must have been destabilized somewhat from damage. Let's go give it a look. Oh yeah, it's taking a couple of hits in the rear here. So its buoyancy has definitely been messed with. Oh, they need to be careful though. In this position, they could end up shooting each other, friendly fire. But it looks like the arc of the shells is high enough that they're not going to do that. Let's get a damage report. 93% one turret, 98% on the other, 98%. Wait, did we lose a turret? No, there's still 3 turrets there. Central, rear. Where's the front turret AI? Am I just blind and missing it? I don't see the AI for the front turret. But it's still there. It's still aiming and everything. And hasn't despawned? I don't know. From the Depths is not displaying it. Which is kind of a problem, actually. If this ends up going the distance. I can't tell what hit points it's at. I'll have to use the V menu, I suppose, if it comes to that. cramp is getting some distance once more, which definitely works in its favor. Oh, and this cram duo seems to be dead in the water. That's not good. It's going to get left behind. As we've already seen, these ships can definitely keep up with the cramp, so if it gets out of range, it will be due to battle damage, which will be ruled in the cramp's favor. And since its friend is still off chasing the cramp around, chances are it's going to keep increasing that distance. The other cramp is starting to sink as well. Or the other cram duo, not cramp. It is out of range now, though. But now it's moving in. We'll see if it's able to catch up. It's only got about 30 seconds to close the distance, and the cramp is still running from it. I don't think it's going to make it. This cram duo is going to get disqualified. Yep, that's it, folks. This cram duo here is disqualified. That ought to do it. And this one is not doing much better. Oh, it's actually despawning, so that's it. Round 2 goes to the cramp and my weenus. Oh, I actually didn't kill that one. But whatever, it doesn't matter. So I'll get this restarted and we'll do a round 3. Neither ship wanting to be eliminated from this tournament, it seems. And there we go. There we go, that's good. So here we go, this is it. Round 3, Cramp and My Weenus versus Battleship Cram Duo. The loser of this round will be eliminated from the tournament. Begin. Oof, and there the cramp goes shooting itself again. I think it's these initial shots that are going to make the difference between the battle between the cramp and the cram duo. The cram duo needs to land some hits here, get some holes in the hull of the cramp in order to slow it down and make it easier to hit, so they can pick it apart before it gets through and it starts getting its range. And they are definitely succeeding at doing some damage to the ship here. Oh, looks like we might have another collision. Oh, yep, definitely. Oh, and then friendly fire. One of the cram duo just shot its butt. And the cramp is just like, screw you! I'm gonna run your ass over. But this is not a good position for it, actually, because it's holding it still for the other cram duo to blow it apart. Not a bad strategy on their part. Even if it is causing massive frame drops. Which is not fun. Oh, let me check, is the... Oh, no, the Cram Duo is not technically sinking by my rules. It is still somewhat above the water. Because, yes, if a ship were to sit on top of another ship to the point where it pushed the enemy entirely under the water, I would consider that a sinking disqualification. Because your ship basically forced a ring out in that case. Or the ship sitting on the enemy forced a ring out. But it's not completely under the water, so I can't make that call. Oh, there it is. Now it is, though. Okay. If the Cram Duo can hold it there long enough, or if the Cramp can hold the Cram Duo there long enough, it will be disqualified and despawned. And it looks like it might, honestly. But unfortunately, it's taking a lot of damage during this period. It may end up getting the Cram Duo disqualified by holding it under the water, but it's taking so much punishment from the other one that I'm not sure it's really worth it. Oh yes, it just lost a turret. Oh, and the rear one is 2 damaged and going to despawn. Yeah, definitely not worth, Cramp. Definitely not worth. Oh! It's back up. Just in time. I don't think it would have mattered anyway, even if I did call that a disqualification. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If I called that a disqualification and removed the... Oh. And now I'm going to have to because, yeah, it had a few seconds left at most. So this Cram Duo has been disqualified for sinking. There we go. That should be enough to get rid of it. Oh, no, it's not. There we go, that ought to do it. Yep, that'll make it despawn. But it doesn't really matter because the Cramp is out of weapons. It has no weapons left. Spending that minute holding the Cram Duo under the water and suffocating it, kind of brutal, but it also made it hold still and let the Cram Duo pound on it. So, while amusing and an interesting outcome, it was not what the Cramp needed to win here. It needed to stay out like it did before and do its dodgy tankiness and whittle away at the Cram Duo. And that is it. The Cramp in my weenus is despawning. So, condolences, Jimmer. Your Cramp has been eliminated from the tournament. Congratulations, Bouquet 1010. Your Battleship Cram Duo lives to fight another day in round 2 of the secondary bracket. So this was a good episode. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I like when we go to round 3s in battle. It's far more interesting. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll see you on the battlefield.